Research is creative and systematic work undertaken to increase the stock of knowledge, including knowledge of humans, culture, and society, and the use of this stock of knowledge to devise new applications. We came to know the meaning of research. Now let's move to the next part. What are the steps of research process? Steps of research process mainly divide into 7 main headings. Step 1, define research problem. Second one, review of literature. Then third step, formulate a hypothesis. Fourth one, preparing the research design. Then fifth one, data collection. Then sixth one, data analysis. The last step, interpretation and report writing. Step 1, identification of the problem. The first and most important step for identifying a problem is asking a question or identifying a need that arises as a result of curiosity and to which it became necessary to find an answer. The research question determines the direction of study, and researchers have to struggle a lot in identifying and articulating the same. Essentially, two steps are involved in formulating the research problem: understanding the problem thoroughly and rephrasing the same into meaningful terms. The main function of formulating of research problem is to decide what you want to find out about. It is extremely important to evaluate the research problem in the light of funds, time, and expertise and knowledge available at your disposal. It is equally important to identify any gaps in your knowledge of relevant discipline, such as statistics required for analysis. Step 2, formulating a hypothesis. When the researcher has identified the problem and reviewed the relevant literature, he formulates a hypothesis, which is a kind of suggested answers to the problem. Hypothesis plays the key role in formulating and guiding any study. The hypotheses are generally derived from earlier research findings, existing theories, and personal observation and experiences. From a careful examination of relevant theory and previous findings, the researcher would be able to state one or more propositions whose validity could be tested. Ideally, these hypotheses would be based on the deductive theory, but they may simply be new hypotheses or hypotheses based on previous research findings. Hypothesis may be defined as a tentative statement showing a relationship between variables under study. It is stated in the form of a declarative sentence. For instance, suppose you are interested to know the effect of reward on learning. You have analyzed the past research and found the indication that the two variables are positively related. You need to convert this idea in terms of a testable statement. At this point, you may develop the following hypothesis. Those who are rewarded shall require lesser number of trials to learn the lesson that those who are not rewarded. For unbiased research, the researcher must formulate a hypothesis in advance of the data gathering process. No hypothesis should be formulated after the data are collected. Step 3. Identifying, manipulating, and controlling variables. While talking about the hypothesis, you will encounter this word, that is variables, in the scientific literature in any subject. Variables are defined as those characteristics which are manipulated, controlled, and observed by the experimenter. At least 3 types of variables must be recognized at the outset: the dependent variable, the independent variable, and the extraneous variable. Step 4. Formulating a research design. A research design may be regarded as the blueprint of those procedures which are adapted by the researcher for testing the relationship between the dependent variable and the independent variable. The main function of a research design is to explain how you will find answers to your research questions. The research design sets out the logic of your inquiry. A research design should include logical arrangements have to be made according to proposed research design, the measurement procedures, the sampling strategy, the frame of analysis, and the time frame. Step 4. Formulating a research design. The subpoints of the Step 4, 4.1, constructing devices for observation and measurement. When the research design has been formulated, the next step is to construct or choose appropriate tools of research for scientific observation and measurement. Questionnaire and interview schedule are the most common tools which have been developed for the research. If the ready-made tools are not available, then the researcher may have developed appropriate tools before undertaking the study. All these tools of research are ways through which data are collected by asking for information from person rather than observing them. Step 4. Formulating a research design. The subpoints of the step 4. First one, constructing devices for observation and measurement. Step 2, sample selection and data collection. After deciding the tools for the study, the researcher also decides about the participants of the study. Usually, a small sample is drawn which represents the population. The participants could be children, adolescents, college students, teachers, managers, clinical patients, or any other of the individual in whom or where the phenomenon under investigation is prevalent. Depending on the nature of research problem, a researcher may choose particular method. The method may be observation, experiment, case study, and survey for data collection. The researcher also decides how the tools to be administered to collect data, that is individual or group. Step 5. Data analysis and their interpretation. After making observation, the data collected are analyzed with the help of various quantitative or statistical and qualitative techniques. Careful scrutiny of the data is a critical aspect of the scientific method. The purpose of the analysis is to make sense of the data and see what light they throw on the problem and the hypothesis of the study and draws conclusion accordingly. Depending upon the nature of the data and purpose of the experiment, either a parametric static or a non-parametric static is chosen for the statistical analysis. In general, the purpose of carrying out the statistical analysis is to reject the null hypothesis so that the alternative hypothesis may be accepted. Step 6. Drawing conclusion. The investigator or the researcher, after analyzing the result, draws some conclusion. In fact, the investigator wants to make some statement about the research problem, which he could not make without conducting his research. Whatever conclusion drawn, researcher generalizes it to the whole population. During this phase, hypotheses are accepted or rejected. At the same time, the conclusion of the study are related to the theory or research findings from which the hypothesis originally came. Depending on the new findings, the original theory may have to be modified. Step 7. Preparation of report and publication. This is the last step in most of the research studies. The researcher documents all the steps of his or her research in clear terms. This report informs that what you have done, what you have discovered, and what conclusion you have drawn from the findings. If you are clear about the whole process, you will also be clear about the way you want to write in your report. This helps the reader to understand the study and use it for various purposes. It allows one to replicate the study. The publication of study in scientific journals or books and in public domains makes the works available for wider dissemination. Let's conclude. These are the steps of the research process. First one, identification of the problem. Second step, formulating a hypothesis. Third step, identifying, manipulating and controlling variables. Then fourth step, formulating a research design. Then fourth steps divide into two subpoints, that is, first one, constructing devices for observation and measurement. Then 4.2, sample selection and data collection. Step 5, data analysis and their interpretation. Step 6, drawing conclusion. Then last step, step 7, preparation of report and publication.